You might even end up worse off than you started. And that's what had happened to me again and again and again. I always lost the weight, ended up worse. Not a good feeling. Until I finally started to change my life, people came into my frame, people came into my health, and I built my life around that. Then it started to stick. Hey there, your favorite weight loss coach, Maddie, is in the house. I am coming to your rescue for all your weight loss needs. Today, I'm gonna be talking about why is it so hard to lose weight. Now, I've broken this down into 3 reasons why it's so hard for you to lose weight. 2 of those reasons are very practical and they're gonna make sense. One is quite controversial and I haven't heard it anywhere else but from myself. So I'm really excited to share that one with you. But first, let's get started with the first reason you're losing weight, or you're struggling to lose weight, or why it's so damn hard. And that is because it takes a long time. And everybody needs to know this math. There's weight loss math. It's basically an equation. For every pound you want to lose, you have to burn 3,500 calories. That is how many calories it takes to burn off a pound. So an extra 3,500 calories just for 1 pound. Now, if you have 50 pounds to lose times 3,500, that's about 175,000 extra calories you have to burn. That is a lot. That is a lot of extra calories. It's just going to take longer than you think. And that is why it is so hard, because we go into every journey wanting quick results, wanting fast results, wanting to see, having a really short-term goal or a really small time frame, and it should be extended. It should really be extended. How long do you think it's going to take you to burn off almost an extra 200,000 calories? It's going to take long. But that's okay if you know it's going to take long. What's not okay is thinking it's going to take a month, and then that month is up, and you're nowhere near your goal, and then you get discouraged, and then there's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's been no reward for your hard work, and you just end up falling off like usual, and it's just the same pattern over and over again. So it's not impossible, and it doesn't even have to be hard. It just needs to be recognized that it's going to be long. And I know that's not nice to hear, and there can definitely be fast results. Like, you can definitely get some fast results, but from start to end goal, like end goal, it's gonna be long. So put your seatbelt on, buckle up, and prepare for that. Don't give up on week 6 when you didn't reach your entire goal, because it's longer than that. Extend your timeline. When you do that, you decrease the risk of failure, because now you've given yourself more time, and more time means more chances, because as humans we make mistakes. We're gonna need more chances. We're gonna screw up, we're gonna fall off, we're gonna fail, so we definitely need more chances. And that's all it is. So reason number 1, it just takes a long time and we forget that. So go into it knowing that, and it's a game changer. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2, it is so difficult to lose weight, is because unfortunately the health industry, the weight loss industry, the fitness industry has a very low barrier entry, or low barrier to enter. And that means anybody can be a coach. Anybody can put a YouTube tutorial on how to lose weight. Anybody can throw up a workout video on Instagram, and they have no formal education, no certifications. They're just these gurus sharing the knowledge that worked for them. And unfortunately, there are a ton of unqualified people sharing information out there. And it's actually quite scary, because not only is it super discouraging to try something and have it not work after you've already tried a bunch of other things and had them not work, it's also dangerous, because you don't know if it's gonna work for you or not. So unfortunately, there's zero governing body policing these people in this industry of the information that's being shared. And on top of that, there's so much information out there. You have information overload, right? And when you're overloaded with information, you get what's called analysis paralysis, meaning instead of making a decision, you make no decision at all, and you just sit there with all the information because it's so overwhelming. And that's not helpful either. And even on top of that, there are, a couple unicorns in the industry that actually have good intentions, right? Most of the time, people don't have your best interest in mind. Let's be honest, they just want you for your money. It's the truth. But even the people who are genuinely interested in it, right? The small few people who have your best interest in mind, unfortunately, they're also not educated enough a lot of the time, and they are just following the industry standard model with their products and services. So even though they have good intention, they're still not providing the best thing for you. So it's really tough to navigate. So what you need to do is be very careful with the information you consume, especially in regards to weight loss. The more information is not better in this case. The right information is better. And you need to be very picky with who you listen to, very picky with who you trust. Everything you hear, take with a grain of salt. Even myself, this is something that I practice daily. I don't believe everything that I hear. I fact check it. I do my research. If I'm looking for a coach or I'm looking for tips and tricks, I want to trust the person. I want to know the person that's sharing actually knows their stuff. And unfortunately, a lot of the time you'll find that if you do that digging, if you do that researching, they don't have much to back them up, right? I've lost over 70 pounds. I've taken what I've used to lose weight and I've replicated it thousands of times with other women. I've gone to school. I've been certified. I have stuff to back me up. A lot of people don't. So be very careful listening to people and taking their word at face value, taking their advice and their tips at face value. So you need to put blinders on to all the crazy marketing and advertising that gets thrown at you. Look into it. If that sounds interesting, if that sounds exciting, if that sounds new, go with it. But don't believe it right away. Double check who you heard it from. See if there's anybody else saying the same thing, and then do some research into if that makes sense for you. And that makes a difference, and that will really give you more power on this journey. A lot of the times, especially when I was trying to lose weight, it was very overwhelming. There really was nobody to help me. There was this person to help me with a little bit of this person helped me with a little bit, but there's no one to a strong mentor to guide me where I knew the difference between wrong or right, good and bad, helping, not helping. I just didn't have that clear-cut line, and it's so important that you have that, but you have to work for that, right? No one's gonna share that with you because they don't wanna expose themselves as a scam. Now don't get me wrong, there are good people in this industry, but a lot of the times they're either unqualified or they don't have your best interest in mind, which makes it super difficult to lose weight, especially long-term, when you just don't know what to do or who to believe. Now, the third reason it's difficult to lose weight, this reason is something that I've only heard from myself. I've never heard anybody else talk about this before, so I think it's really interesting. It can be kind of controversial, but bear with me, and my hopes here is that it kind of opens your mind and gives you a perspective shift of what this journey is really, really about. And I want to start by saying this. When you were younger, what are you always asked? You're always asked by adults, what do you want to be when you grow up, right? That's what you're always asked. It's like from the young age, you're groomed into believing that when you grow up, you need a career, you need a job. That's what you grow up for. And now what happens is you build your life, you build your household, you build your family around your career or your job as your main pillar in your life, right? The family works around your work schedule or your husband's work schedule, right? All that kind of stuff. Now, the problem with that is when the pillar is your family and the pillar is your career, health has to be squished into the cracks of the pillar. It needs to be squished into the cracks. And unfortunately, it often seeps out of the cracks, right? It's like taking a square peg and trying to jam it into a circle hole. If you're motivated, it might stick. But once you lose motivation, there's no way that circle peg is staying in that square hole anymore. It's just gonna fall right out. So what needs to happen is, in an ideal world, from a young age, you are taught that health and fitness is your main pillar. And everything else that you do in your life is to be built around that. This never wavers. This never gets built around anything else. Everything comes into that pillar's frame. The job you get has to be healthy, has to fit your schedule, has to do X, Y, and Z. The husband you choose, the family you raise, health and fitness is the pillar. That way, it makes it easier. Your life, right? Your life would be easy to be healthy if health and fitness was made the center. Now, unfortunately, we do not have a time machine, can't go back in time and make that happen. So now you're here. Now you're stuck with the wrong pillar in your life, which is not your fault, but now it is your fault to fix it. You've been trying to squish health and fitness into the cracks of this pillar, and it's been falling out. That is why You have not been able to stick to something. That is why you can't sustain results. That's why you can't make it all the way to your goal. That's why you bang your head against the wall when you say, I know what to do, but for some reason I just don't do it. I know I shouldn't eat this, but why do I do that? I know I should work out, but why do I sit on the couch? It is because health and fitness is not the pillar, and you've been just trying to squish it into the wrong pillar. It is like a cracked foundation, a shaky foundation. You cannot build on top of it. It will all crumble. And that's what's happening. It just can't stick in the lifestyle that you've built. It's too hard. So you're thinking, Coach Maddie, what the hell are you saying? What I'm saying is you need to restructure your entire life. If you are serious and actually want to lose weight and lose it at a reasonable pace and keep it off and make sure the rest of your life it is easy to be healthy, it is convenient to be healthy, it is easy to say no, you need to restructure your entire life. The lifestyle you've built, the habits you've built, the relationships you've formed, the boundaries you've had, maybe even your career. It is that serious. Now, don't worry, this doesn't happen overnight. This is a slow process. You have to be patient, but it needs to be in the back of your mind. You need to be understanding that that pillar needs to completely change. Otherwise, your habits will always fall out because the lifestyle you built was not built with the intention of making health easy. Easy to do, easy to complete, easy to follow through. And so you got to build one that is. And it's so crazy when you look in the Fit Queen community, I see Fit Queens getting divorces because their husbands don't fit their new pillar. I see Fit Queens leaving jobs they've had for decades because it's not fitting that pillar anymore. They're going and creating this new life or this variation of their old life to where it's actually easier to stick to healthy habits. It's easier to keep the weight off. That's the dream, right? Because if it's an uphill battle the entire time, you're gonna roll right back down that hill, hard. You might even end up worse off than you started. And that's what had happened to me again and again and again. I always lost the weight, ended up worse. Not a good feeling. Until I finally started to change my life, people came into my frame, people came into my health, and I built my life around that. Then it started to stick. And I know that's crazy, baby steps. Just realize that that's how deep this goes. Just realize that that's what's needed to make weight loss easy. Now, weight loss weight loss happens along the way of this. It's not like this needs to happen and then you'll lose weight. You can lose weight, you can be excited, you can see results, you can have the awesome body and the confidence that you want. It's just you need to be aware that this is how important this is. If you want to be 90 years old, still pumping iron in the gym, you gotta start thinking this way. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it made you feel a little bit more at ease about your weight loss journey and a little bit more positive that you can actually do it after all of this. If you liked what you heard, give me a thumbs up, comment down below, turn on that notification button, and give me a subscribe so you can see more awesome tips and tricks for your weight loss journey. My name is Coach Maddie. Again, I have been on my own weight loss journey. I've lost over 70 pounds, and every single day I wake up and help women on their weight loss journey all around the world. And it is super fulfilling and it is so exciting. And if you are ready to join the Fit Queen Army or you're intrigued and want to learn more, click the link down below. It's going to take you to a personalized program with all my tips and tricks that's going to help kickstart your results. Click that link and I will see you next time.